Live from SoFi Stadium, it's Super Gamecast 2 with your host, me. Hi, I'm Bronson Fiore, everyone. And I am joined by the lovely Maud Mommy, wielding the mightiest of band hammers, Emily Hulslander, and Jesse Pewitt, who I'm still trying to think of something.
Hey, it'll come to you. It'll come to you.
Aaron's not here. His computer keeps getting put in a boot loop. So, yeah, that's a problem. Like, it'll be on for like 2 minutes and then just reboot. To me, that sounds like it's an issue with the BIOS or the hard drive, but I don't know. He has that weird case with like a screen built into the glass door, and yeah, so
Well, it sounds pretty sick until I guess you get stuck in a boot loop.
till you start having fucking issues.
And then that happens.
It's why when I built Jarvis, I like went as like I went as simple as possible. Like, I'm at the point where the second I can afford a 2 terabyte second M.2, I am ripping out the mechanical drive just so I have no SATA cables. It's all just fucking plugged into the motherboard. I want to live that dream. So yeah. And I went like simple as possible on this build as far as like part layout and stuff. I still actually need to run out and buy it. Like I gotta say, shout out to AMD. The stock cooler that came with the 3900X is shockingly good for a stock cooler.
Yeah, that thing is a trooper.
It's not amazing, but it has gotten me through the first year and a half of owning this computer. I keep meaning to go out and like buy water cooling, but shit happens. So yeah. Anyway, hey, this is a video game podcast.
That's right.
It is. So we're going to talk about video games, video game news, and in the biggest news of the week, a Nintendo Direct happened, and a Lost Ark happened. You know,
Right.
Sure did. They did.
Yep. So hey, what'd y'all think of the Direct?
A little sad there's no Breath of the Wild release date. Because that means my fantasy league
Shot?
further out. But there are some things in there that I'm excited for.
Lordy, yeah. Like I jokingly said this on the Nintendo Pals Twitter, which was and on their Twitch, which is no Bayonetta 2, 1 out of 5. Sorry, Bayonetta 3. Jesus Christ. Sorry, everybody. I was up all night playing Lost Ark. Like just being truthful with y'all. Just went super hard.
No shame. No shame, Bronson.
Yeah, no. Yeah, man. I'll go into that later. So yeah, I don't know. Like there was some stuff that was cool. Like I had a more positive reaction to that Mario Kart DLC than most.
Yeah, I don't think it's that bad of a deal. You get a ton of tracks for like little to no money per track. It's a good way to keep the game alive while they're working on whatever Mario Kart 9 is gonna be.
Yeah, no, whenever that comes out, like by the time I'm dead.
Right. I will say there were a few things that I like never expected to see. One being Super Mario Strikers.
Yeah,
That was dead.
yeah, like that was very much dead. Franchise is dead. Same thing. Same thing with like Earthbound.
Yeah, Earthbound was another one. Live Alive or Live Alive. That old Super Nintendo RPG that everybody who has shown any interest in has already emulated and played through.
Exactly.
Because it never came to the West. Never saw that revival coming.
No, absolutely not. So let me pull up. I had a list here of everything that it's not in order, but it's a list of everything that was talked about during the show. Okay, so Xenoblade Chronicles 3, of course. And it's coming out, and it's announced for September of this year. Which, man, it feels like Xenoblade Chronicles 2 came out like a year ago, but it was like way longer. Yeah. I don't know, like it looks cool, but I've never been a fan of Xenoblade really. Like it does that. I fucking hate when games do this. And what it does is it just throws a phone book in your face and says, "I don't know, figure it out."
Good luck.
And not in a good way. Like a good way of doing that, in my opinion, is like Breath of the Wild. Like, because it's fun and exploration. This is literally just like, here are these battle systems that like we don't tell you nearly enough about. Just get riggedy wrecked until you figure it out. And that's a game that also has it had a lot of systems, and yeah, I don't know. I played the first one like right when it came out, and I was, after that Project Rainfall thing, and
yeah, that's exactly why I picked up the first one, was because Project Rainfall had gotten like so much steam on 3 games, and Xenoblade Chronicles is the only one I remember. But I picked up all 3. But it didn't grab me.
Yeah, no. Anthony, back in the day when we were at the Gamer Access, reviewed all 3 of them, and I remember the one that he was a real fan of was The Last Story, and the rest of them he was very lukewarm on.
I think I still have the shrink wrap on my copy of The Last Story, so it's probably worth a couple of bucks.
It's probably worth a lot at this point. And then, the other one was Pandora's Tower, which he said was okay.
Yeah.
Those are the 3 games that they were like, extend the Wii's life. Why do you hate money, Nintendo?
Bring over these JRPGs that are already in a niche market.
Yep. That are already a niche in a niche market. Let's do it. Lose money, baby. But I mean, hey, one of them turned into a big franchise for him, so
it did.
It's just like how they begged Yakuza to come to the West for years. People did, and then like now I feel
Thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God.
No, like after Yakuza 4 only did it was like, I want to say like 15,000 copies in the West. I was like, oh, that's done. We're never getting another one of those. And Sony licensed to get 5 out here, and it did okay enough to justify 0. And then 0 was incredible. Absolutely incredible. And it popped off because of the share feature the PS4 had. Because everyone was sharing dumb screenshots and the great parts of Yakuza. And now there's like, dude, it's in the West. I feel like I'm getting a game in that franchise every 6 months. Like, I used to not be able to get enough of that franchise. Now I've officially played too much. Like, Lost Judgment came out last year, and I was like, I'm good. I'm good for a while. Like, the only reason Yakuza Like a Dragon was my game of the year was because it was so different than the rest.
Yeah.
So, Mario Kart. 48 tracks, which are all remakes from previous games. The booster pass will cost $25, but it is free if you have the fancy version of the Switch membership, which I do. So, yeah. Great. Cool.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah, we'll definitely get on some Mario Kart. We'll get down on some Mario Kart here on the Switch. Or on the channel. Jesus. Alright. As for Fire Emblem Warriors, nobody cares. Moving on. No, like, fine. June 24th, another Muso Fire Emblem game. Like,
whatever.
Like, I don't understand the appeal of this, like, at all. At all. You know, like, I tried to get into Hyrule Warriors when it came out. Like, I was like, okay, I'll give it a shot. And, like, it's a neat idea, but, like, I don't know. I played a good amount of those when I was younger, and now I can't enjoy them at all. They're fucking brain dead to me.
Yeah, I think that's it. It's just a flashy, brain dead series, so you can just zone out and, like, look at all the pretty colors and all the numbers as you, like, kill armies.
Yeah.
I'm not really interested in it either.
I mean, I already play MMORPGs. I'm good.
Right. Right.
Yeah. Mario Strikers, super cool to see that coming back. Like that's a like what was the last one we got? That was like early in the Wii's life, right?
I think so.
Do we get one on the Wii?
I think we did. Yeah, hold on.
Yeah, charged.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I remember we got one
Yeah.
on the. Yeah. So it was. Yeah. So it was. Yeah. Charged, and before that, it was just regular Mario Strikers. This goes back to my point of we are one, like, we are a few steps away from what I've always wanted, which is Mario football. Like, come on. There's literally a football character in Mario. Let's go. Let's make it happen.
Yeah, I would buy that.
Yeah.
I'll buy Strikers too, just because I like to see these different kind of Nintendo games. No, but I would buy and probably enjoy Mario Football.
No!
Oh!
Please, no! 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 No!
Oh my god.
Thank you, Reflex99. Apparently he doesn't like Mario Strikers.
How rude.
How you doing, Reflex? Is that someone anyone here knows, or is that a new gentleman to the community?
I don't think I know him.
No.
I don't think I know him.
All right, well, thank you, Reflex99. Chrono Cross Remaster hitting April 7th, but this is actually for everything. This is not just a Switch title. So if you felt like I need to let everyone know that.
I'm excited for this for two reasons. One is that the Radical Dreamers visual novel is included.
Yes.
Which expands a little bit on the Chrono Cross story.
Go on.
Two is that it lends credence to that NVIDIA leak where Chrono Cross Remastered was listed, and everybody's like, "Nah, that's not gonna happen. That's not real." But it is happening. It is real, which means the Final Fantasy Tactics Remaster is likely.
My stance on this is, where the fuck is Chrono Trigger?
Where is Chrono Trigger?
Yeah, that is a good question. That is a good question.
Come on, guys.
Yeah. So
there is a fan base waiting for the remaster of Trigger. Like,
they got that 2D HD tech that they're using in the Final Fantasy Pixel remasters. Let's do it. Come on, make the dream a reality.
Give me that Octopath Traveler Chrono Trigger, please.
Yeah, I'm down. Like, they got if I wasn't just so deep in so many games right now, I'd pick up Final Fantasy VI, Pixel, the Pixel version, but Pixel remaster. But I can't justify it because I am knee deep in so many games. Yeah, this is a cool thing. I'm excited for it. That's Chrono. I feel like Chrono Cross is like a good game. It's definitely not as good as people say, and I definitely feel it can be a contentious game at times, because like some people really love it and some people really hate it, and I really like the music. That's where I'm at with it.
The music's good. I liked it, but I also didn't get to play Chrono Trigger until later in life, so I didn't really have that as a comparison.
See, I didn't play either of those games until I was in college, and I played Chrono Trigger first because we did a Let's Play of it, and it was one of the best fucking games I've ever played. So, Chrono Trigger still holds up like almost 30 years later.
Absolutely, it does.
Nintendo Switch Sports, a Wii Sports like, which, with horrifying art for these characters. Like, who thought this was a good idea?
Apparently Nintendo did.
Somebody greenlit this.
Yeah, someone was just like, yeah, that's a good idea. This looks hideous. That said, you can use your Mii's, so that doesn't really matter. Also, it uses like the tie stuff to your leg Joy-Con support, so like that's interesting.
Oh, huh.
Yeah,
Trying to bring that back, huh?
yeah. So the sports franchise is alive and well. It has soccer. So there's soccer shootout with a leg strap accessory from Ring Fit Adventure. And there's going to be an online play test in like a week. Dude, why are all video games coming out in like the next 2 months?
Right?
Like, dude, I can't. I'm trying to like pick which ones I want to go with because like time and money, and it's like Lost Ark, Witch Queen, Horizon, Elden Ring. Like I'm like Elden Ring for me is like completely pushed off until later in the year. Like it's it's just like no way.
Oh, that's rough. That is rough.
Yeah. So, Triangle Strategy gets a free demo that will carry over to the full game. It's available right now. You get chapters 1 through 3. And if you choose to purchase the game, the save data will transfer over. So that's a thing.
I don't know how long the chapters are, but that feels like a pretty big chunk of the game.
That definitely feels like they are trying to get you sold real hard.
Yeah.
I think they did the same thing with Octopath Traveler, which
that sounds right.
I want to go back to Octopath Traveler. I didn't finish it, and I probably should have. All marketing departments got back from Omicron/Xmas break time to release.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Right on,
that
dude.
Makes sense.
By the way, sorry. Go ahead, Jesse.
Go ahead. Well, I was gonna say, I really liked the way Octopath Traveler looked and felt, but the entire game just felt kind of empty.
Gotcha. That's like I think it looked great. I had a good story. I just kind of fell off of it. By the way, Reflex99, welcome to the community. We're happy to have you here. So, we're also on YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, etc. for the podcast portion, and then we stream through the week. So, I'm interested to give the demo a shot. Once again, another game for the next 2 months. Like you got and that comes out the same day as Gran Turismo. Just buddy. So remakes of Front Mission 1 and 2 hitting on the Switch. Splatoon 3 new Salmon Run mode revealed. That was the co-op mode from Splatoon 2. And they did a bunch of updates to it, and then they gave it a release window. So props for them for that of summer this year.
Aaron will be excited for that one.
Dude, Aaron's gonna do backflips for that. I'm excited for it. I liked Splatoon 2. I thought I love Nintendo. The fact that Nintendo has like a real shooter. And it's genuinely a lot of fun.
It's a ton of fun.
Yeah. Man, don't play that game late at night. The sweaties come out real hard. Dude. No, I remember I would play with an old friend of mine, and we'd like you'd start to hit like 11 at night, 12 at night, and just like Japanese
all the kids have gone to bed.
Giant like Japanese start coming out, and they start giving you the hands so hard. It's like the same thing with like Master Duel. Like Master Duel, if you see like a Japanese screen name, just quit out. just don't waste your time. Metroid Dread adding 2 new difficulties: Rookie mode to make it easier, and Dread mode to make it harder. So yeah, in April 2022, it will also be a free boss rush mode.
That's cool.
Ooh.
Yeah, neat. I thought that game's difficulty was fine. I thought the Emmys were kind of frustrating and annoying, but otherwise I thought the game was really good. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Kirby in the Forgotten Land lets Kirby become a car vending machine, so it's gonna be
The car mode is like it's perfect, is what it is. It's perfect. Where he like eats the car and like sits kind of with his mouth over it, big mouth mode or whatever it's called.
Yes. My favorite part of the memes to come out of this, it's just like when you won't get in the mecha, so the mecha gets in you. It shows like Kirby over an Evangelion mech.
Oh God.
God, this game looks genuinely
Fantastic.
really. It looks really neat. Also, a next 2-month game. Oh, dude.
Yep.
I'm probably gonna pick that up at some point.
All last year we were we were like, oh man, like not nearly enough stuff is out, and then like the opposite, too much.
Here you go. Here's all of it.
Here's
Whoa! Fuck! Hold on!
yeah.
Hold on! Stop!
Just, oh my god. Earthbound and Earthbound Beginnings are on the Switch as of the Nintendo Direct on Thursday. Or was it Wednesday? It was Wednesday. As of the Nintendo Direct on Wednesday. So go play Earthbound if you haven't yet. That game is really good. And if you're a person who played Undertale and liked Undertale, but haven't played Earthbound,
Play this.
you should.
You'll enjoy Earthbound. Yep.
Yeah. I just like that the pirated versions of that game fuck with people. They make it so you can't finish it, like if it finds out that's been pirated. That's one of my favorite things about it. So Advance Wars 1 and 2 has a date. The rumored date of April 8th gonna happen. Then we got Live a Live, which actually sorry to blow everyone's eardrums out. I love auto-playing videos. So it's an HD 2D style game in the sense of Octopath Traveler. It follows 7 protagonists. You can choose to follow their paths in any story you choose. This looked really neat as well. It's coming out July 22nd, which thank God it's not in this crazy, like, if it came out like in the next 2 to 3 months, this would be completely overlooked for me. This would be like, oh, that's
Absolutely.
neat. But like
And
coming
it
out,
would be a back burner.
yeah, like coming out in July, like that's perfect. Like middle of the summer drought, you get in there, throw on, get your Switch, take it to the beach. So, yeah, I like how it shows off like present day, Japan, like all this other different stuff. It was very, it seems very engaging and interesting and different. Yeah, like the distant future is one of the timelines. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe this could be our modern Chrono Trigger. Let's put a ton of pressure on this game, and then be disappointed by it.
The new Final Fantasy VII. Let's go.
Yep, let's go. Change JRPGs forever in the West. Portal 1 and 2 coming to Switch later this year. Portal.
That's a weird choice, but okay.
Yeah, no. I've actually realized one really good benefit to these like ports of really good older games to the Switch. And that
You can run them. Is that?
Yeah, I don't have to worry about my Switch like having a panic attack when, because like when you boot up like certain games on the Switch, you just hear the fan just. But no, it's the fact that like a lot of kids have the Switch, and if this introduces a whole generation to Portal, well worth it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So yeah, it didn't have a date, but it's called Portal the Companion Collection. So I don't know. I've already played these games so many times. Like for someone like me, it doesn't really matter. But once again, I think for that younger audience, it's a really cool opportunity to check out. In my opinion, 2 of the best goddamn games ever made. So, yeah. What was your opinion on Portal, Jesse?
I thought they were really good. In fact, I liked the first one so much that when Valve did that, buy these indie games and get these achievements, you'll get Portal 2 for free. I spent an entire weekend Well, it wasn't that you would get Portal 2 for free. It was that you would get Valve's next game for free, which
Ended up
was
being...
rumored to be Portal 2. So I spent a weekend going through these stupid, terrible indie games, trying to find all these Portal 2 puzzles, and there's this ARG behind it, and at the end of it, you got a golden potato token for your Steam profile, and you got Portal 2.
Nice.
I spent like $120 to get a $60 game, but you know what? It was fun. The adventure was fun.
I played it on PS3 at release. Shut up. Yeah, that was what it was.
They're really good games.
Yep. MLB The Show 2022 or The Show 22 gameplay footage revealed for Switch. Looks pretty rough. Not gonna lie. The Star Wars The Force Unleashed coming to Switch in April. Weird.
Oh yeah,
choice.
I heard about that.
Huh.
Don't know how to feel about it.
Feels very weird. Is how I'm just like this kind of middling to good game from 2008. Just there you go.
What a weird choice.
Yeah. Good morning. I am Remuro. I am Romero. I am Remuro. There we go.
Romero.
Got it. Cool. What's up, duder? How you doing? Yep, Remuro. Awesome. Cool. Okay, thank you. Yeah, welcome to the stream. We're going through the Nintendo Direct. We do a news podcast and what we've been playing. I'm fine. You all got it. Good. Right on, man. I don't like to... As often as I butcher names on this show, I don't like to. So, that's... yeah, that's... It happens. So, we got that free-to-play Disney kart racer. Which I'm actually kind of down. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, if it's like half as good, so like the tier of kart racers for me, there's Mario Kart right up at the top.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's Sonic All-Star Racing, and then there's Crash Nitro Kart. If it's like in between Crash and Sonic for me, I'm totally down. Totally excited.
Yeah, no, absolutely, totally into it. I have a feeling if this gets big enough that they're gonna rebrand part of Disneyland to this, like the current racetrack speedway area that no one ever goes to.
That would be sick.
Because if this, because this does look dope. It does look really cool. It's free to play. I don't know if this is Switch only. Because I feel like it would be weird to have a Disney game like this be Switch only.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's available in the summer. It's by it's by Gameloft. So I was caught by tags though. Haha, anime and Lost Ark.
Oh hell yeah.
Hey, we're gonna talk a lot about Lost Ark in a bit. Yeah, it would be great for them if this yeah, absolutely. I think that if this game blows up, it's that they're gonna redo that entire race speedway section of Disneyland, like straight up. But yeah, don't worry. We will talk about anime and Lost Ark soon. A lot of that has been happening on this channel. Just we need to get through the Nintendo Direct because it is the biggest news this week. Have you all analyzed New World? No, because when that game came out, I was I had a lot of shit going on in life, and then I heard it kind of bottomed out. What about you, Jesse? I know you're a big MMO guy also.
I watched streams of it and saw that it had a lot of issues, and I waited for those to get ironed out before I jumped in. I'm still waiting.
Okay, yeah. I kind of heard something similar. I'm amazingly excited with the anime and Lost Ark heart. Okay, well, we'll definitely get to those things. I have watched a lot of anime this week while playing Lost Ark, so,
As you do, Bronson.
Jesse, is that a Coke Zero?
It is a Coke Zero.
How are those? Because I've been wanting to find a substitute for like soda.
They are. This is our sponsored segment, by the way. They are.
Fucking, I wish. Thank you, I am Romero, for the follow.
Yeah, thank you for the follow.
Yay!
As you can see, we like anime even in our follow.
That's right. They're pretty close to regular Coke.
What's the flavor difference?
Well, it's a lot better than Diet Coke.
Okay.
That's for sure. The one thing I noticed with them is
True.
that they go flat pretty quickly.
Okay.
So if you're not gonna down it, I guess within 20 minutes or half an hour, it's not worth drinking.
Yep. No, absolutely. Absolutely. So no, but yeah, we'll give New World a look. We're definitely have a lot of MMO and fighting game focus here, and we all watch anime, so there you go. No Man's Sky is traveling to Switch, which okay, I guess.
I hope it's a cloud-based. I hope it's not a port because it's not gonna run well.
Dude, that thing barely ran on a PS4. Like what? Okay. And what's up, Drone? Sorry if I didn't catch that. Been really trying to catch everything in the comments. Real big news. Klonoa coming, like 1 and 2 to Switch in July, remastered and ready to go.
Yeah, there's another series that I thought was dead.
Yeah, like that was like same, like very. Did I manage to catch the start? You were close. You're
pretty close.
You're about 25 minutes off. We're midway through the Nintendo Direct. We haven't gone to Lost Ark or any of the other news yet. So this is 10:30 a.m. every Sunday. So, and unless I'm in the hospital, and even then it still happens sometimes. Taiko Drum Master, Rhythm Festival drums on Switch with 76 tracks in 2022, including an orchestral version of the Zelda theme, and Racing into the Night. So, Cuphead, The Delicious Last Course, is coming out on June 30th. So that's gonna be on everything. I have that game on Xbox though, so whatever. Assassin's Creed: The Ezio Collection is coming out in 4 days.
The best collection.
Yeah, that's pretty much all of the good Assassin's Creed games besides Black Flag.
Black Flag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts Inner Grum Masterpiece for Cloud will be released tomorrow. So
No idea what that is.
That's every Kingdom Hearts game.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And
all
that's
11 of them.
which look, man. I'll like Kingdom Hearts for me is I really like Kingdom Hearts. I really like Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. I like Birth by Sleep, and then the rest of that franchise has pissed me off to no end. Like, I feel like after 2, I just kept getting baited to stay along. And then 3, every part about 3 felt like a waste of time, except for the last 4 hours. And the last 4 hours are incredible, but it doesn't justify the 17 to 18 prior hours that were pointless bullshit.
I still need to finish Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah, the plot of that game is basically like, I don't know, Sora, you kind of fucked up real bad, so go do busy work for 18 hours while the grown-ups do shit.
Excellent.
Yeah. Did you play it, Jesse? You're a JRPG.
No.
No?
Yeah,
oh,
nope.
okay. Yeah, and then the DLC I heard was horrible. I didn't play it, so yeah. Can't say there. Alright, so Stop the Brakes at SD Gundam Battle Alliance later this year. And then Getsu Fumaden Undying Moon. Great title. Amazing title. Roguelite set in a dark fantasy world. And then a bunch of smaller stuff. Demon Slayer, Kami Chronicles, Zombie Army 4, Lego Brawls, stuff like that.
Cool.
Not a bad showing. Like, for sure, there's some stuff I'm definitely excited about.
Yeah, there's some stuff that I'm a little disappointed didn't get touched on, like Metroid Prime 4 or Breath of the Wild 2
or
Metroid Prime Remaster or
Bayonetta. Yeah, no.
Yeah, Bayonetta, Switch 2. But
a Switch that doesn't catch fire when you play a game that was made in the past 2 years. I'm a sucker. I bought the Switch OLED though. Though to be fair, I a month later I spent like a few weeks in the hospital, so it actually ended up being a smart decision.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was just like, haha. So yeah. Anyway, so we got a couple other news stories, and then we're gonna go into Lost Ark, anime, what we've been playing, all that good stuff. But we do need to take a quick break. I gotta use the restroom real quick. So we will be right back.
See you guys in a few.
All right, cool. Hey, whatever, everybody. We're back. Sorry that took a minute. Boop. There we go. Okay, I'm sorry I didn't catch that last comment, Romero. My bad. So Demon Slayer's last episode is kind of not as satisfying as I was expecting. It's what I think. So, I can't comment. I actually have only seen a handful of episodes of Demon Slayer. I may, as far as the shonen anime goes, I am a My Hero stan. So that's where I am with that. Sorry. That's like it's the only real shonen anime I've watched recently. I just finished Gamers and Recovery of an MMO Junkie. I'm currently in the middle of Golden Time and bottom tier character, so that's
You should watch Demon Slayer. It's pretty good.
It's pretty
it really
good.
Is. I actually watched the movie last night with a couple of my buddies.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
The movie's really well done.
It was my second time watching it too.
All right. Fair enough. All right, I'll give it a shot. I know that the series, like I said, it gets a lot of hype. I always hear it mentioned in like the same breath as My Hero, which everyone knows how much I love that shit on here. So yeah. Nah, dude. All right, so. Anyway, we gotta get to the other news stories, then we can talk about Lost Ark until we're blue in the face. Next up is RE4 is getting a remake. Resident Evil 4 is getting a remake, just like 2 and 3 did. And interesting enough, is going to be more horror focused. Let's see, with some scenes being, quote, dramatically changed. Another departure will see a decent portion of the game is allegedly take place at night, including early sequence featuring Leon Kennedy fighting off a horde of infected villagers. So that was like a daytime sequence, now it's going to be a nighttime sequence. The original game is noted for taking away from survival horror. This one is, because the original direction of and it's funny because the original direction of Resident Evil 4 was very much emphasized on horror and action and like stuff like that. And then side characters are being given a beefier role. Ada Wong's original assignment in separate ways will be retooled to give them a better side story. And the fans are considering the best is considered the best game in the series. And then finally, it just got the Oculus Quest 2 upgrade, like a couple months ago.
Oh boy.
So, yeah. This actually makes me less excited for this game.
Really?
Yeah. I'll explain why after I read this comment. You remember the RE4 chainsaw GameCube controller? Yes, that thing was nuts.
Had one.
I don't know how you would play that game that way.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
God awful. God awful.
It was not a pleasant experience.
Just something to sit on the shelf.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, part of the reason my favorite Resident Evils are 4 and 5. Because they're more action-oriented and whatnot. Like, almost worse than the N64. Almost. Not quite. The N64, which, like, I get their point, was like, okay, this is going to be for 2D, this is going to be for 3D. That's not how people's games and minds work. So, yeah, I don't know. I think that, like, because I'm not a big horror guy. So when the series shifted to being a more, like, action-oriented thing, I really enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, that makes
And
sense.
when they went back in 7 to being a very traditional horror game, I was like, and then Village kind of splits the difference and it does its best, but it wasn't for me.
Yeah.
And I love, big titty goth girls, so there you go. Still haven't grown that third hand, Nintendo. What the fuck? I know I keep trying, but it just won't. It won't come out of my back or my sides. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. Well, were you a big Resident Evil 4 fan?
Yeah. I grew up playing the Resident Evil games. I was like 6 or 7, I think, when the first Resident Evil came out, and I was at my babysitter's house watching her kid play Resident Evil. And that first time that zombie, like, you walk into that room where you see the first zombie and it cuts into that cinematic and the zombie turns and stares at you, gave me nightmares for like years. But I was hooked. Like, we convinced my parents to let me get the game. And then, I've played every game in the Resident Evil series since. I'm really excited that this is going back to the horror roots, provided it doesn't have tank controls.
I don't think it will.
But I hope not. 2 and 3 didn't, I guess. So this one shouldn't. When 7 came out, I was really stoked and played that in VR and streamed it. And I wish I had kept the VODs for that because that was a fun time. There's one instance where I took off the headset and threw it on the couch because I was like, nope, I'm done. Not doing this anymore. I'm really big into horror games, so I'm really excited about this one.
Fair enough. Yeah, no, I'm, we'll see. I'll check it out. I checked out the remake of 2, and it was a good experience till Mr. X stopped being scary and just started being annoying.
Yep.
It literally just figured out oh, I can just juke him around corners, whatever. So yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things. It seems like that's a cool idea. I'm very curious to see how it handles being at night. I'm also going to see if they update the combat to be able to move while aiming.
Right. I hope they keep that iconic chainsaw scene from the beginning.
I mean, yeah, it says here that it's gonna be that scene, but at night apparently.
Okay.
So that's a big deal. Yeah, I remember not really caring about Resident Evil 4 when it came out, and it was getting all this coverage and whatnot. And I had a friend who loved it, beat 100%, and then brought it over to my house so I could check it out. And I was hooked, and he let me borrow it. And I still have his copy because every time I tried to give it back to him, he's like, "Hey, hit me after school, hit me later," and he just never got it back. And I'm just like, oh, I guess I own Resident Evil 4 now. Yeah, so yeah, that game was great. It really was.
Agreed.
I've actually thought about streaming that. If anything, just to get the achievements on the Xbox.
Sure.
All right, so hey, Futurama is coming back.
Good news, everyone.
Is it though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My response to that was, I don't want to live on this planet anymore.
I'll watch it. I'll watch it.
I'll get yes. I will give it its due. I'll give it a shot. But like whenever I see something like this, I automatically am just like so, I guess, jaded to it. Like that I'm gonna pull up something that could not be the more like is a perfect example of what this is. I posted in the Discord when this news happened, right? Because I mean, this could not be more true. Hold on. Adding alerts to this is way harder than XSplit. Sorry. There you go, everybody.
Yep, that's it.
Am I really going to defile this grave for money? Of course I am.
Sure am.
Yeah, so that's exactly what it is. Like, especially because we've already found out the voice actor for Bender supposedly isn't returning. John DiMaggio is just like, nah, son. Like, getting out of here. Getting out of here. So the rumor is like he wanted too much money. Meanwhile, we're excited for the RE4 remake. Yeah, that once again, I'm intrigued. I just don't know how to feel about it because I'm not a big horror guy.
It's changed enough.
Yeah,
I'd be happy with it.
Yeah, so that 2 remake was quality, but it's a lot easier to do that kind of game because you know, it's so dated. It's so much older. All right, so moving forward, Elden Ring has its PC specs out. So they don't have the recommended specs, but the minimum specs are actually kind of beefy. And
kind of weird.
Yes, yeah, a little bit. So you need Windows 10 or Windows 11, which that in itself is already starting to be weird. It's weird that like 7 and 8 are not things. I normally see most games supporting them. An i5 8400 or an AMD Ryzen 3 3300X. But those are both fairly new on both of those. 12 gigs of RAM, also really weird.
Yeah, that's a weird number.
Yeah, most systems have 16, but there are a couple people that run on 8, and it's getting little. And then the video card, this being, most of the Soulsborne games run on relatively moderate computers. Like Sekiro can run on a 760, right? A GTX 1060 or an RX 580 4 gig. That's pretty meaty. Like, that's not a potato.
No. Interesting choices here.
Which this game's on the base Xbox One, which I find weird, and base PS4. Like, I don't, I don't know how well it's gonna run there. Like, this game seems like it's gonna be awesome. Of course, all of their games are great. But this seems really weird from a PC perspective, and it's even weird. Sorry, go ahead. My bad.
Well, I wonder if they recognize that the PC port's not going to be great.
You mean like all their other games?
Yeah. This time they're just admitting it. They're just like, yeah, you're not going to run this on a potato. Good luck.
Yeah, Godspeed. Actually, Dark Souls 3 ran pretty good, but Dark Souls 1. Dark Souls 2. Sekiro was okay. But like something about that, they're really good at deving and optimizing for console, but something like otherwise, nah. Like when I get around to playing this, I'm gonna play it on the Series X probably. So yeah. Then again, I have all the Soulsborne games besides Bloodborne, of course, on PC. So I don't know. We'll see. So Moon Knight, we got a couple details. The Marvel show Moon Knight. Moon Knight, including he is brutal, and the team behind the series is not pulling back in the story they're trying to tell. He said it's been fun to work on Disney Plus and see boundary shifting on what we're able to do. There are moments in Moon Knight is wailing on another character, and it is loud and brutal. And the knee-jerk reaction is, we're gonna pull back on this, right? And no, we're not pulling back. There's a total shift. This is a different thing. This is Moon Knight. So yeah. Also, the show is looking. Stoked. Yeah, no, and the show is looking to deal with Moon Knight's mental health condition. It is risky, as it says. He's an obscure hero, and the things we're dealing with are very different. But because it's a limited series rather than a movie, the pressure isn't there to make an opening. The opening weekend is massive. We're gonna take more risks to bring that experimental quality on a huge scale. Show premieres March 30th. I'm fucking super stoked.
Yeah, I just hope it's not 5 episodes of Crazy Oscar Isaac and 1 episode of Moon Knight.
Yeah, like that's the big fear. Like that's because like all these Disney Plus shows, for the most part, have been kind of slow burns. Like WandaVision doesn't pop off till episode 3. Loki. Loki's the exception. Loki's great from episode 1, but
yep, agreed.
But like otherwise, they've all had kind of slower shifts. So I don't know. We'll see. The art and stuff has looked cool. I'm curious to see how it's going to go. Yeah. All right, so time for MMO news. We're about to hit Lost Ark, but we got one little side stop on the way. All right, so World of Warcraft patch 9.2 has a release date. Fucking finally. We've only been waiting 8 months.
Jeez.
8 months between sub MMO patches, homie. Lordy.
That is rough.
God, do you remember in Legion where we got like the first patch like in 2 months?
Right away.
Yeah, like how magical that was. Like I couldn't believe it when the news happened. Then like now it's just like it's like we're waiting so long. And I don't know, and like it feels like they really depend on like WoW Classic to hopefully like keep the dream alive. So it's coming out, new zone, new unlocks, and a bunch of new world content, including Cypher, the Cypher content they've talked about. Very awesome, big new raid that actually does look really cool, including a corrupted Algalon, basically. It's called Rygalon, who's been corrupted by domination magic. They've released the schedule. Patches out on the 22nd, which, man, that's a bad choice. I'll go into why in a moment. That's a really bad choice. Yeah. But I'll talk about why in a minute. March 1st is the raid on normal and heroic. And then March 8th, mythic and the last 3 bosses of the normal / heroic raid. March 22nd, raid finder. April 5th, next wing of raid finder. April 19th, the last wing of raid finder. So if you're living that LFR life or are gearing all to LFR, there you go. This is so some good news from this. Like there are some really good news for longtime WoW veterans with this. The first thing being, bring back tier sets. They went away at the end of Legion. They're back. Tier sets are here. Rejoice. Thank God. Next up is, this one is not conclusive, but they have supposedly made it so flying is now not a is now just a currency grind for the new area, not a time gated thing. This has been yet to be confirmed whether it's alt or not, but still big improvement if that's true. And if it's not true, they still did cut the time down from like 18 days down to 13. So, still horrible, but fine. So there's that. Reputation grind cut down drastically. And yeah, they're and then cross faction is happening a little later. So they are listening to the community, partially at least. And they kind of have to, man. Like now there's pressure from 2 games. Like that's nuts. WoW releases dungeon in pieces. Weird. It's because they're so long. Like this, how many bosses is this one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This is 11 bosses.
Way more than 8. Yeah, and nobody's gonna clear that whole thing that first week. So it really doesn't matter if they release it in pieces or all at once.
Yeah, like, because what used to happen when they'd release them all at once is like people would like try and grind it until they like pass out and die. So yeah, no, like I remember back in the day when Firelands came out, and I was still doing progression rating. Like we cleared 7 of the 8 bosses in one sitting, and we were shocked. And then Ragnaros Stonewall this super hard.
Oh god, yeah, well, that was not a fun fight.
No,
it was cool.
It was
cool, but it wasn't fun.
It was super hard. Like a Firelands time walking is out right now, and like I'm like, do I want to queue for this? No, I'm good. I don't think I will.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is taking significant community feedback that people have been complaining about. It doesn't go far enough to address people's complaints, but it's a big step in the right direction.
Agreed.
Their raid design has always been great. I have no doubt in my mind this will continue to be another good raid. Like when was the last time they did like a bad raid? Like
it's been a while.
Like Emerald Nightmare, maybe? Even that was like pretty solid.
Even that was really fun, yeah.
Yeah.
And I played Shadow, so that was when Surrender to Madness was still at its peak, so that was a ton of fun.
Yeah, like I can like Pandaria, like early Pandaria.
Yeah.
Or the Deathwing raid. What was that fucking thing called?
Spine of Deathwing. Fuck that fight.
That whole raid was bad. It wasn't called End Time. That was the dungeon. Anyway, whatever. Yeah, the last raid of Cataclysm was fucking awful.
Terrible.
And the fact that it lasted like a year did not help.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so the and there's a big difference between dungeons and raids also in it. So yeah, 11 bosses. Raid looks great. New zone looks great. It's like you can get a robot heaven snail. That's a cool thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna get deep into this. The problem is like this thing could not have had a worse release date. Like it really couldn't have. Between Lost Ark coming out this past Friday, Destiny 2, The Witch Queen that week, Guild Wars is getting a new expansion that week, Star Wars Online's getting a new thing that week, and Elden Ring is out that week. It's like, why would you do that to yourself?
That's a rough week.
Oh, and Horizon's out at the right beforehand. The only thing I can say is like maybe like it. This very much feels like Warlords of Draenor, like with where it's just get it out and be done with it so we can work on 10.0.
Yep.
Because it's like people are just so done with Shadowlands. I think Asmongold said it perfectly where just like I'm excited for 10.0 and the next expansion, just because it's not Shadowlands. You know, could not be a better statement. Yeah, and then also there's all the fuck shit Shadowlands did to the lore, which we'll get into that later. So hey everybody, guess what?
Mm-hmm.
It's the part you've been waiting for. It's time to talk about Lost Ark.
Oh Jesus, here we go.
So we'll talk about news with Lost Ark, and then we'll talk about the actual game and our opinions on it so far. Yep. So the news is this game is incredibly popular day one.
I mean,
like early release hit on Tuesday, full release hit on Friday, and it was already like peaking out pretty hard on Tuesday. Like Asmon had like 400 it was like 230,000 people watching him. On actual release, it was over 400,000 people watching him. Yep. And WoW currently has 1.5 million players. This game in 2 days hit 1.3 million players. Right? So 1.3 million players already. So it is already the third most popular MMO on the planet. And I would not be surprised if we get the numbers next month and it hits number 2. It's pretty far off from Final Fantasy at like 3.5 million. But, you know, I could definitely see it overtaking modern WoW. And not only that, it is the second most played game on Steam of all time. With number 1 is PUBG with 3.2 million at one time.
Man, that is wild.
That's crazy.
This game is nuts. So yeah, it is pulling insane numbers, absolutely insane numbers. Yeah, dude. I had a feeling this game was going to kind of blow up a bit. Like I had a feeling. Yeah. I was not expecting it to. I was expecting like a Final Fantasy 14 blow up when it blew up this last year. I was not expecting like this nuclear explosion. Because I remember hearing about the game last year from Asmon and other streamers and the MMO community as a whole, and it seemed really cool. But I was like, isometric game, Korean grind possibly, etc., etc. And it has been like it's definitely a lot of pay for convenience stuff.
Yeah.
Like you can pay real money to have your stronghold process shit faster and things of that nature. But other than that, like not much at all, you know. So so there's that. Like I said, at one point Asmon had 430,000 people watching him play this game. Like it's insane to think about, like when you put it in that perspective. So yeah, what's your guys' take on the unbelievable popularity explosion of this game?
I've been following this game since 2019 when it came out in Korea, and I was like, there needs to be an English client for this. And I was looking into playing it on the Korean servers, and then I realized like the ping would just be absolutely terrible. So I was like, okay, I'll hold off and wait for an English client maybe. So I've been pretty stoked about it coming out. I'm glad to see that it is super popular. It's coming out at the right time, being like a free-to-play game, right at the peak of like this MMO, almost kind of renaissance with Final Fantasy 14 being really popular, Guild Wars being pretty popular. WoW is starting to get dominated, and I think it was just the right time for an English release, especially off the back of the failed release of New World. I'm glad to see it being popular, and I think it was I think it's well deserved. I think it's a good game.
Just got back. I'm currently working right now. Nice. We just got to Lost Ark. Good timing. You came in for you're back for what you wanted. Which we're gonna talk and play a lot of Lost Ark on this channel. So there you go. Yeah. This get WoW for so many years kind of suppressed the MMO market because it just brutally murdered anything that competed against it. But then, for 2 expansions in a row, they didn't, they kind of lost people, and lost their way. And it's created an opening for games like Lost Ark, games like Final Fantasy XIV, to gain, Destiny 2, etc., to gain a part in the market. Yep. So it's a big, that's a big deal. I know some people are only, and if you're one of those people that is a WoW stan only, I recommend giving Lost Ark a try because I think you'll be surprised how much you like it. There's only one person who's played this game who did not like it, and I think he went into it. He's in our Discord, and I think he went into it wanting to hate it. So,
yeah, I think I'd agree with that. He didn't seem too pleased with it starting out.
Yeah.
For people who haven't played it, it's a lot like Diablo, but with raids and dungeons.
It's like
so if you like Diablo, you'll enjoy it.
Yes. Doing chores while listening. Biggest surprise to me is PUBG having such high numbers still. Yeah, no, that's weird to think about.
Well, it was the peak of the battle royale genre, right? Or the beginning of the battle royale genre, really. So that game was super popular.
Yeah, it was huge. It's so big. So big. I remember that's all that people talked about for a good 6 months in 2017.
Yeah. Gotta get my chicken dinner.
Yeah, no. Winner chicken dinner. And I still call it chicken dinner when you win in a battle royale. And we play that My Hero one in a couple months. If we win, I'm gonna call it a chicken dinner. So yeah, it's and to be fair, streamers have definitely helped with that. It's the most streamed game on Twitch right now, and by far, it doubled what just chatting was doing, and it's even more than it was last night. It's at 827,000 right now.
That is crazy.
That's nuts. That's dude. Oh my god. Weirdest part is Asmongold's not even the #1 streamer right now on it.
Yeah, it's Extra Life right now, which is a little weird to me. They used to be this really good website, but now their website is riddled with ads and incorrect information, so it's not so good for gaming tips or walkthroughs anymore. But so that's kind of weird to see them up so high, but there they are.
Yeah, no, and then but yeah, so that I'm glad to see it. And I'm glad it's resonated with me so much because I loved WoW. I was a huge WoW junkie for years. And because it's fallen off, I've been looking for other MMOs that are something I really enjoy. I like Final Fantasy. I really do. I like it a lot, but combat feels a little too floaty. The fact that the leveling experience is just a visual novel where you occasionally walk. That's kind of stuff about it that has burned me out a little bit. I really love Stormblood though, and when I've done Shiva Extreme, Susano Extreme, I've really enjoyed them. But it's the same reason why I was I've been talking to you and Anthony and everyone about okay, when I cap out and I know the game better, we're doing Alexander Ultimate, right? We're doing that.
Absolutely.
Okay, great. That fight looks incredible, and also those weapons, I want them so bad.
They're sick. They look sick.
They're so cool looking. Oh my god. Have you done that before? Or are you still trying to get it?
No, I'm still trying to get it. I've got the Savage version of the weapon, and you can dye it, which is even cooler. But we haven't done any ultimates yet. I think once we prog through Pandemonium Savage, we'll start doing ultimates.
Okay, awesome. As for what we think of the game, we're on to what we've been playing. So we do a section where you do what we've been playing every week, and we'll start with Lost Ark. It's obviously the big, huge, monstrous thing. What do you think so far?
I think it's really fun. I am having a little bit of a character crisis, but I do this in every new game where there are multiple characters to choose from fighting games to MMOs to whatever. So I'm kind of stuck. I've narrowed it down to 3 characters though. I've got a scrapper, I've got a deathblade, and I've got a sorceress. And I just need to decide between the 3 which I find the most fun. But I think they're all really fun.
How is sorceress? Because that's my second character I'm naming for probably.
It's a pet class. So if you like pet classes, like Witch Doctor or in PoE, I guess any of the summoning classes, it's pretty strong. It feels very strong.
Okay, right on. Yeah, because I was interested in doing her. I've done Berserker, and it's so awesome. Like that Hellblade ability where you just suck everyone in and then do a giant explosion, whirlwind, freaking like, oh, it's so good. So unbelievably good. I really love the dungeons and the general gameplay. I feel like dungeons are meant to be played on hard mode, otherwise they're too easy.
They're very easy, not on hard mode. That's true.
Yeah, but like I enjoy how the game, like the story is good enough. Like it's fine, you know, it's good enough. It gets you drawn in, and then the way like any MMO, it has tons and tons and tons and tons of systems, but it slowly piecemeals them to you over time, so they're not overwhelming. Like you don't get PvP or the auction house introduced to you until level 30. Okay, and like you go through the tutorial and then you get to that first town and you get the basics. You get the rapport system, the quest system, the the side quest system, all that. And then like at level 20ish they introduce professions, and then level 30 it's like PvP, your stronghold, etc. It's pacing is like immaculate too, because you're always getting rewarded for something, at least during the leveling experience. Sure. Where like I feel like every 5 minutes I'm completing a quest and the next quest isn't that far away, so I'm like, oh okay, well I might as well just do the next one and do the next one and do the next one. Ooh, a piece of candy.
Just one more.
Yeah,
just one more.
Yeah, it's that. No, dude, that has happened to me 3 nights in a row. Of just like, it's like, ooh, a piece of candy, ooh, a piece of candy, ooh, a piece of candy. Yeah. Theorain's arc felt a little too similar to a Fire Emblem game. I do think the game is derivative of a lot of different things. Like outside of parts of the world and some of the bosses, it's very derivative. But yeah, so I was just thinking, hey, it's Marth every time he was on screen. Every time I see what's the priest's name? I'm terrible with names, everyone. I'm sorry. Every time I see the priest's name and I see him in dungeons and stuff, I think, oh, hey, it's Secret Dante. No.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, like especially. Have you done the 3rd dungeon yet, Joseph? You've only done the first one, right?
Yeah, I've only done the first one. I've done it a few times. So like earlier when I was like, yeah, they do seem easy and they're not on hard. The first one at least seems easy when it's not on hard.
I've done the first 5 or Armin. Thank you. Yeah, I've done the first 5 or 6, and the 3rd one is where those dungeons start to really pop off.
Cool.
And cool. Armin has a really awesome bit. But yeah, I think combat is super flashy and satisfying. Like
absolutely,
I think it feels really good. Like that moment when you get like a big bunch of dudes in and you drop like a whirlwind or a hellblade or a juggle, like A+. My biggest and once again, I'm just waiting to hit, because it's a free-to-play Korean MMO, I am waiting for that oh shit moment. The moment where they like paywall you, basically.
Yep.
And I haven't heard it yet. And from what I've heard is it's not pay to win, it's pay for convenience. Yes. Because like I've already hit the first RNT thing where it's like, okay, hey, your stronghold, your garrison, you can pay to have it completely accelerated and just everything. It doesn't take time. It takes like a minute. and stuff like that. And I've seen the real money store and things of that nature, but I'm,
Right.
I am, let's see, how many hours am I into the game so far? I'm 22 hours into the game, and I still, and yeah, like I still, haven't run into anything where I feel like I have to pay.
Right.
So, yeah, it's a strong experience. I know. I tried to see if M's computer can run it, and but sadly can't. Otherwise, I'd be like, all right, cool, because our guild is growing, dude. We got like 12 people, and like
Yeah, it's pumping.
Oh shit.
Either spend time or money, exactly. Which I mean, that is a way better solution than paywalling you.
I agree.
Like,
Yeah.
because so many games that are free to play paywall you. But this is just like, other than some cosmetics, it's like, nah, dude, just earn it.
Yep.
So, yeah, here are my big complaints with it so far is the fucking user interface is not great. It's real rough.
Agreed.
That's one big problem, and the other issue is like PvP and I haven't done much of it. From what I experienced, just feels like, okay, how are we gonna stun lock people as long as possible? Like,
Yeah, I haven't experienced any of it, but watching videos online about like PvP and what classes are strong in PvP, it's the ones that either stun lock or can avoid stun locks.
Yeah, like I was playing like Berserker, and like I was playing against one of the martial artists, and they just kept dropping this tornado thing, and it's just like, okay, well, cool, I'm completely locked out of doing anything while this is hitting me.
Yep.
And it just ends up being kind of annoying. Yeah, I don't know. That was like, the cool thing is those PvP is entirely normalized. Like if you're doing it below cap, they give you a special talent tree that's fully maxed out. Gear completely normalizes, so you don't have to worry about a gear difference. It's literally just how good are you at playing the game. So
That is cool. I like that.
very neat. Yeah, I'm looking forward to doing it. More of it. It's like I think that the game, I think that it needs to not have a paywall. And it's like, if you run into one of those, that's going to completely kill the momentum this game has. And I'm very curious to see if it stays even close to this big. Because, I mean, we saw last summer, like, Final Fantasy had that big explosion where it was, like, the number 2, 3 game on Twitch. And then, unless Asmund is streaming it, it's like, it's it's below where WoW is. Sometimes it's below where Destiny is.
Yep.
And like, to be fair, like Final Fantasy 14 for whatever reason doesn't have a whole lot of content creators for whatever reason. I don't understand. Sure. I don't understand why. Like, can you? Like, is there any insight into why that is?
I don't know. I could guess, and my guess is that there are a couple of locations for content, but I don't think that the community is as like hardcore as WoW is. Like WoW's got a pretty strong hardcore community, whether it's PvP or whether it's professions or raiding or
lore,
whatever else. Yeah, lore, whatever else. And I think Final Fantasy has a larger casual market that just doesn't care about that stuff. So there's not a whole lot of content creators tapping into that. But I think that's a pretty big hole that could be filled.
Yeah, because I definitely feel, because I talked to David. He's a big MMO junkie. He's the person about the criticism of Lost Ark, in the Discord, and he's like, dude, there's like no systems at endgame. Like you don't, like, your characters don't even have talent trees. And I'm just like, yeah, that's fine. Like like sometimes I don't want that experience where it's just like this super deep statistical. Like, and once again, we'll see. Like it's too early to tell, but like I'm about to get to the clown god fight soon-ish, and yeah, like I'm very, very stoked. I'm very stoked. And then so I don't know. It's so yeah. Anyway, that's Lost Ark. Do we have anything else we want to bring up with it?
I don't think so. I'm pretty excited to keep playing and to decide on a class. It's a very pretty game, I think.
Yes,
it's pretty
very
well visually.
Yes, it's very visually appealing. I know on the Instagram we posted the picture of me with my harem, which because there are so many people in our guild that are running chicks because either they have to because certain things are gender locked, or they just want to. So like literally, we got out of the dungeon on Friday night and took a guild photo, and like I'm just big hairy bearded dude surrounded by 3 beautiful women. So
sounds like the game.
Yep. Sounds like the life you want to live.
Absolutely.
So yeah, that's where I was at with it. I actually don't. Oh, what up, Sith Lord? I heard Hera. Oh, what's up, dude? How you been?
Thanks for the follow.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we're talking about Lost Ark and my guild harem that I have. Interesting in someone else's opinion on solo/party fighting. I felt a kinkiness in the Force.
Damn right you did.
Yep.
Damn right you did.
God, we're getting close to that 300 follower mark.
Oh shit.
By the way, speaking of kinky, we have a stretch goal right now. 300 followers on Twitch, 300 subs on, or not 300 subs on YouTube, 300 followers on Twitch, 100 subs on YouTube, and 10 subs total on our Twitch account. And we are going to do a shirtless stream. So, right on, dude. Yeah, I'm already following you. So, everyone who wants Fortnite content or, other PvP content, give Sith Lord a follow. He is really cool.
Yeah, there you go. Followed.
I am down if you want another. For Lost Ark? Or harem, let's say with the Mando helmet. Those are my terms. The shirtless stream. Okay, yeah. If we hit that point, I'll give you a call. I'll give you once we hit at the rate we're going. I've enjoyed my paladin both solo and party, but my bard, while feeling solo, feels a bit slow to react in a party. Oh, you will. So I believe. Oh, thank you, Duder. I think that Berserker feels completely fine solo, but I think Bard being a support character really feels like you want a group of homies with it, which is probably why Parker likes it because he's always playing with his wife.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah, so that, which is I don't play supports, so I play supports in 2 games, Heroes and Overwatch. Every other game, I'm just nope. I don't.
I am the star of the show.
Yep, I'm just. You see that top of the DPS meter, that is reserved for me.
Yeah. I hear that.
Or I'm tanking, which I think that as far as solo my big thing is I'm very curious when you hit endgame raiding, what is the raid experience like? Because I'm so used to Final Fantasy and World of Warcraft and even Destiny, where you really got to coordinate and talk and move, and everyone has certain jobs or it kills the raid.
I'd be interested in seeing what kind of mechanics are present in a raid environment.
Yeah, no, very, because I was I was watching some of the stuff from the director's trailer, and so it's okay, so they have the don't stand here stuff, and they have a couple other things that are like that. But yeah, so shirtless with a Mando helmet. I guess I could wear my crown during it. I have a crown here, so I don't know. Well, hurts my head though, and I wouldn't be able to wear headphones. Damn it. Okay. Anyway,
We'll work on it.
Yeah, we'll think of something. It is the way, indeed.
This is the way.
That Boba Fett ending was pretty solid. Cool shit happened. Anyway, alright, so Lost Ark, great game. Give it a look. It's free. It's free. It's free. It'll run on like toaster level computers. Like I think the minimum spec is like a GTX 460. So
Jeez.
yeah, go out, give that game some love. It's really good. It's really really good. It is free. Yes, go look up Lost Ark. It is a new free-to-play MMORPG that plays like Diablo or Path of Exile. I love that second emote. Alright, so as for next big new release, hey, how's Sifu? You were playing Sifu, I saw.
Yeah, I have like 15 hours in that game.
Okay.
Ooh.
It looks really good. I've heard it's really challenging.
It is very challenging. It's a kind of a roguelike, a roguelite, I guess. It is very challenging. It's very difficult. So difficult, in fact, that in an upcoming patch they're going to introduce difficulty menus.
I think that is a great idea because I think that game is a game that I know a lot of people want to play it, like Aaron, for example. But I know they are very turned off by the concept of like a game that hard. So.
Yeah, it is pretty difficult. And the difficulty comes in waves. It's a beat 'em up. It's somewhere in between like a beat 'em up and a fighting game, because you get into battles with enemies, and it's not always one-on-one, and you're doing combos, or you're dodging their attacks or parrying their attacks, and just beating the crap out of enemies. The death system is really interesting. So there are 5 levels, and when you beat a level, depending on how many times you died, it affects your age. So if you die once, you get a year older. If you die twice without resetting your death counter, you get 2 years older.
Oh shit! You got another
3 years
follower.
older. So hey, Sith Lord Revan.
Thank you, Sith Lord Revan. Oh wow, we are.
We're getting there.
We're getting there.
So there's only 2 of you, right? There can only be 2.
Yeah. So that we have hit our Sith Lord cap for the stream.
So the more you die, it raises this death counter, and then the higher your death counter is when you die, the higher your age goes. And as you get older, you get stronger, but your health depletes. So like by the time you're 70, right, you're doing just a ton of damage, but a couple of hits will kill you.
That's a really cool balancing act. That actually sounds really dope.
Yeah, it's a really cool a concept, and like as you kill certain enemies or difficult enemies, your death counter resets. So you die once, your death counter goes to 1. You die to that same guy again, it goes to 2. But if he's a strong enemy, your death counter will go down by 1. So you'll go back down to 1 or 0. So when you get to a boss, if you're at like, and you're seeing the boss for the first time, if you're at like 50 years old, you're not gonna beat that boss in that run, because your death counter is gonna be up at like 8 or 9 by the time you kill the boss. So every time you die, your age goes up 8 or 9 years. And the game ends the first time you die after you hit 70.
Okay.
So your run ends. As you progress through the levels, you beat the first level, and whatever age you were at the end of that level, you start the second level at that age. So if you beat the first level at 20, you start stage 2 at 20, or if you end the first level at 62, you start stage 2 at 62. So you're not going to get very far in stage 2 at that age. So it forces you to go back and replay and try to get as close to age 20 as you progress through. Yeah. I've only gotten to the 4th stage, and I'm at 76 at the end of stage 3. So that means like a couple of hits from any enemy on stage 4 will kill me. But I've gotten through stages 1 and 2 at age 20. So it is very challenging, and there's a little bit of a tutorial. It's like, here's how you punch things, here's how you parry, and here's how you dodge.
Oh shit, we got another follower. What? Cocoa Puff 1995. Thank you, Cocoa Puff.
Love it. Love it.
Do you know Cocoa Puff?
No, I just love the name.
Oh, okay.
That's a good name.
That's a very good name, and I approve of this.
All right, thank you, Cocoa Puff. Oh, okay. It's a friend of Lucifer's. All right, cool.
Nice.
Oh.
Cool. Yeah. All right. So, anywho, yeah. What up? Apparently let's see. Oh, we heart you as well. We heart anyone who wants to watch this dumpster fire.
Oh. God.
So, anyway, Lordy. All right. So anyway, you were saying about Sifu.
Good stuff. The one complaint I have about the game is that there is, like, so we talked about earlier about how Xenoblade Chronicles throws a phone book of a tutorial at you, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And like Sifu has next to none. So when you unlock combos, there's no like indication that you've unlocked a combo unless you pause the game and like happen to scroll through your combo list and see it. There's no indication that you can like avoid attacks. There's an avoid mechanic, a parry mechanic, and a dodge mechanic. They tell you about dodging and parrying, but not avoiding.
Oh.
And the game hinges on avoiding a lot of mechanics. Enemies can hit you either high or low, and it's so much easier to avoid those rather than dodge or parry. Unlocking abilities, you can unlock certain abilities on your runs by spending XP points, and you have it for that run, or you can spend 5 times more experience points to unlock it permanently for every run, which feels like a lot, but it's pretty grindy to start doing those.
Real quick in the chat, this dumpster fire keeps me warm. It's snowing out here.
Oh, good.
Actually, what I realized during the Lost Ark stream, we can't be called the dumpster fire because that's Rage stream. He's the roving dumpster fire.
Right.
Right. And Parker pointed out we're more like Springfield's ever burning tire fire.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
there you go.
That sounds about right.
So, sorry, continue what you were saying about Sifu.
Yeah. No, it's a fun game, but it is challenging. I'm excited to see more people play it once they introduce new difficulty modes. They're going to introduce an easy mode, and then there's a secret ending. So once I actually beat the game, I'll have to go through and try to get the secret ending.
Cool. I'm kind of glad I waited on this. I was very interested, but there's just too much going on.
There's a lot of stuff out right now.
Like Horizons Friday. I'm gonna try and dump a bunch of time on that. I need to cap in Lost Ark. Like I'm hopefully trying to cap out in Lost Ark before Final Fantasy. I don't know if Final Fantasy before WoW and Destiny are out. So I have 9 days.
Godspeed, Spider-Man.
Good luck.
Yeah, exactly. MMO grind life. All right, so next up is Ollie Ollie World. Do you want to get to try that besides Aaron? I know the reviews were really positive.
It looked really good.
Looked really good.
I haven't had a chance to play it. It looked pretty fun.
Let me see its Metacritic. Hold on. Because no one picked that up in our Fantasy Critic thing. Ollie Ollie World. Metacritic. Okay. Wow, it's sitting at an 87. Aaron, we can't pick it up now. No, we picked it up now, but like Aaron fucked up real bad because he was gonna take that. Oh,
should have taken it.
That's rough.
That's rough, buddy. So Emily is currently in the lead with 10 points. She gets an even 10 for that, so that's cool.
Because I picked Sifu, right?
You picked no, you no, yes, you did pick Sifu.
Yeah,
yes, sorry.
Sifu.
My bad. All right, yeah. So that's Sifu. WoW. I've got almost entirely caught up on one character. The only thing I haven't done on one character from 9.1 is the mega dungeon and doing the raid on normal. Which just both of those are big time commitments I might not hit before 9.2 is out. Like we'll see, but
yeah.
Yeah, and then Final Fantasy 14. We're all checking through that. I finished Stormblood. I started Shadowbringers. I'm probably gonna put that on the back burner to stream my reactions to the Shadowbringer story, just because I've heard so much, hype and whatnot.
It's good. It's a good story.
Yeah. And hold up. Do we have anything else in the docket?
I think that was it.
Anything notable in 14 for you, Jesse?
We're still progging through Pandemonium Savage. We've hit a wall on the second fight. Last time I talked about this game, I talked about how there's a lot more personal responsibility for everybody in the raid. And we have people that either ignore mechanics or don't pay attention to mechanics, so it causes raid wipes pretty frequently. So we're struggling through it while these people learn mechanics that aren't that difficult, but we'll get there eventually.
Relative to World of Warcraft, what fight would you explain to me as like comparable difficulty?
I don't even know, because these fights are so different from the way Warcraft functions. Like the first fight, for example, this guy throws out 2 weapons, and depending on the weapon, you have to stand in certain spots. And then he puts a mechanic on everybody where you have to stand in a certain spot, or it's a raid wipe. Depending on whether you're melee or ranged, or if you have to swap with a ranged character. And then he teleports you into a room where there's a pie chart, and you have to stand in certain locations on the pie chart while avoiding the weapons that he's throwing out. And then in the second fight, this thing separates into 2 pieces, and they fire beams across the battlefield, and depending on like what spell he's casting, when he fires the beam, changes the location of the beam. They're very, very different. But I will say that even though we're just like kind of throwing ourselves into the meat grinder, it's a lot of fun. I'm still enjoying it. It's not quite heroic Spine of Deathwing, which made me rage quit WoW for a long time. But it's a lot of fun. I'm still really enjoying it.
Oh, good. Fair enough. Yeah, I've been having I did a little bit of normal mode Sanctum of Domination this week. I haven't finished it, of course. I fucking forget. I always kind of forget how good WoW rating can be. Like you kind of get annoyed by all the bullshit systems that are around it, but then you actually get in the raid and you're doing it, and you're like, oh right, this is why people stay. Yeah. Got it. Yeah. Same thing that they one of the smartest things they did in Shadowlands, I'm gonna be nice to Blizzard for once, is added a progression system and a rating system to Mythic Plus. That has made me 1,000 times more interested in keeping with WoW, because it's not like a raid where it's a huge time commitment. At most, a Mythic Plus dungeon will be an hour if your run is just horrible. And getting a rating for that, my rating's real low. A really good rating is a 2,000. I'm at a 700, so I'm just not geared enough yet and whatnot. But yeah. Okay. Hey, I know that I'm not sure if he's still here, but Mr. Ramiro wanted me to talk about anime, and I figure I might as well go through some anime I've been watching. And have any of you been watching anime? I know, Em just said she finished the Demon Slayer movie the other night.
I have not. I struggle to keep up with whatever the new content is. I'd much rather read manga, to be honest, and catch up on shows the season after, when I can just binge the whole entire thing.
So, yeah, I don't even stay... The only show I stay current in right now is My Hero, and when it was still going, Dragon Ball Super. Otherwise, what I do is I literally just go look up an anime I've watched and currently and be like, all right, what are anime that are like this anime? And, that's how I ended up getting to Gamers and Recovery of an MMO Junkie. Oh, hey, Jerome, which ones are you watching? That's how I'll do my list while he's doing that. Which are, Gamers, Recovery, and MMO Junkie, And I'm currently in the middle of Golden Time and bottom tier character. And then yeah, like that. This is this thing like, and how old is the like most of these shows are fairly old. It certainly helps that like I get to shows later because I know this is going to be some blaspheming in the chat, but I prefer dub. And I prefer dub because more often than not, I like to watch anime while doing other shit.
Yeah, it's
like,
a lot easier to multitask.
Like, I don't have to look over at the other screen every second to read a subtitle.
Yeah, and you're like, oh shit, what did I just miss? Oh god, was that an important plot point? Oh no. Yeah, I get it. 100%.
Yeah, like, it's... Dub is fine. I sometimes swap between sub and dub. Where's Stephanie? Probably in bed or chilling in her room. Yeah. Tell her to answer my message. All right, hold on. All right, I'll text her right now. Text her right now. See if she messes. She's probably still in bed. Is what I think is going on, but we'll see. Oh lordy. No, dude, it's cool. That was funny.
That was funny.
Lordy. Okay. Lordy. Yeah, so recovery of an MMO junkie is a pretty standard like slice of life comedy thing with like some MMO trappings and things of that nature. If you want to, and like the thing I like about it is it's not set in high school. It's about a 30-year-old woman who has decided. I love listening to this podcast. Oh, well, thank you, Lucy.
Yeah,
we're on iTunes and Spotify. If you just look up Super Gamekast 2. If you hold on, I can drop the spot. I'm guessing you're a Spotify guy. If I were to take a guess, most people are. I will grab our Spotify link if you want it for work or just chilling. Goes up every Tuesday night. Sometimes Wednesday morning if the upload goes up late. So yeah. Anyway, I get to so instead of being like a high school like that Never a Girl Online anime that came out, like that one, instead of being like a high school MMO focused thing, this is about like a 30-year-old woman who is cross-playing a dude and her like life online and her life in person. It's like a little bit of romantic comedy, a little bit of like MMO type of thing, a little bit of slice of life. It's only 10 or 11 episodes. It's pretty good. Would recommend.
Check that one out.
So apparently, Steph said I answered him. He called himself an impatient bitch.
Oh
okay.
my god, that is fantastic.
Oh boy, fun times. Facts.
Funny.
Okay, so yeah, so Romero, I'm more happy to talk anime if you want to bring some up. Oh, I didn't catch drone. Sorry. Highlights are My Dress Up Darling. What's that about? And The Strongest Sage with the Weakest Crest. What are those about, and do they have English dubs?
That one sounds like an isekai.
That second one does sound like an isekai. I've been trying to avoid isekai, but that just ends up meaning I just watch a ton of slice of life.
Right.
Dress up is about cosplay. Okay, let's see if it's
Okay.
Let's see if it has a dub. Hold on. That sounds cool. I have cosplayed Mario. That's about it. I know M is the big cosplay expert here. She's done Sakura and Jade from Beyond Good and Evil and
I also do Delson from Second Son.
Yeah, that one. By the way,
And
on the way for looking up from my dress up darling, I found an anime called My Life as a Villainess, All Routes Lead to Doom.
Okay, so I've heard that one's pretty good, actually. I've heard that's a good one.
Put it on the list.
Absolutely.
Putting it on the list, baby. Let's go. Alright, so second one is Pseudo Isekai, the main character reincarnates from the past to the future, but technically the same fantasy world and still medieval fantasy tech. Villainous is good? Okay. Alright.
Yeah, Villainous is good. If you want another one, Mushoku Tensei, or Jobless Reincarnation, is excellent. It's like the father of isekais, but it's really good.
Oh, oh wow, my dress up darling doesn't have that many episodes. This looks like new. Okay, that's cool. I'm down. I might wait until it's like done airing with its first season, but yeah, all right, cool. All right. What else have I watched?
Fidelius.
Oh, what? We got someone in the chat.
Yeah, someone new.
Oh, what's up, Fidelius? Hi, just tuning in for the first time. Well, welcome. We're kind of wrapping up, and talking a little bit of anime before we call it a day. Thank you for stopping by. Okay, that's one of Lucy's friends. What's up? That's cool. Yeah, I've been in Lucy's stream a couple of times. Not often. He's usually playing Fortnite, and I'm just not super into the Fortnites. At least that I've seen anyway. But yeah, like that's. But no, okay. So we add those to the list. So my villainous, my dress up, bottom tier character, Golden Time, Uzaki-chan, and Konosuba's God's Blessing on This Wonderful World. I love anime titles. Oh, that's a good one.
Konosuba. Enjoy Konosuba.
That's my goblin.
I don't know how to describe Konosuba, but enjoy it.
My goblin witch friend. I'll be changing it up soon. All right, cool. I'll stop by depending on what you're playing. I'll just stop by anyway because I like talking with you. I'll make sure you catch you guys next time. Okay, awesome. And goblin witch friend. I am a goblin king, so yeah. All right, cool. Anyway, your good friend. Okay, right on. We are all friends here. By the way, everybody, we do have a Discord that is incredibly active, talking about MMORPGs, anime, all kinds of stuff. So go hop on in. Oh, another follower. That Reflex99. Thank you, Reflex99.
Oh, hey, thanks for the follow.
Thank you. As you can see, we obviously like anime, and we love Vegeta. But who doesn't?
Cool.
I've heard Tsundere Children is pretty good. Like that one was on my list as well. I don't know. I like basically my life for a while is gonna be Lost Ark, Primary Monitor, whatever one of these anime other monitor. So I will say I've been kind of enjoying shorter anime right now also because I have so much anime like that's just so long and time consuming, the My Heroes and the Dragon Ball Supers. Like, it's nice to have these 10, 24, 12 episodes things, even though I just like crave more. So yeah. Yeah. All right. What about you, Em? I know you're more like you're not as much of a gamer. I know you're more of a TV anime watcher. Do you have any favorite animes?
Other than Demon Slayer and obviously Dragon Ball, because that was my jam when I was growing up, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I used to watch a lot of Gundam too.
Gundam was always really good. I had trouble getting into it, but then like it finally clicked one day.
And then Neon Genesis.
Fucking everyone loves Neon Genesis.
Yeah, right.
Well, I hadn't
So-
watched it for a while until about like a year or so ago.
Oh, when it hit Netflix. Okay.
Yeah.
I really liked Yu Yu Hakusho growing up.
Yu Yu.
Yu Yu Hakusho was
man,
a
that was
real good one. Like Yu Yu Hakusho was always really solid. Yeah. Like, really liked Yu Yu Hakusho. Really, Your Lie in April. That was a good one. I like anime that just rip my heart out and crush it.
Right.
So,
With its bare hands.
yeah. You know, like Clanad and Clanad After Story.
Uh-huh.
I don't know, Toradora kind of does that a little bit, just because, like, the way it handles its ending. My brother hated Your Life in April because it ripped his heart out and crushed it. It's so
Oh my
sad.
God.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, it is.
so sad. Speaking of anime, I'm actually looking at my Netflix anime list. Sword Art Online's first season is really good. Basically until they
Yeah.
get to the fairy world, and then it's awful.
That first season is excellent, and it's so bad what happened to the rest of that show.
Yes. JoJo's great, of course. JoJo's.
Absolutely.
I just started The Way of the House Husband, and it's been pretty good.
Yeah, I enjoyed that one.
I did all of Food Wars in like 2 days. That was a solid one. God, what was that Netflix anime I watched a ton of? Not Death Note, though that is definitely one. Damn it. It's gonna drive me crazy until I think of this. It really is.
You're looking for like a slice of life and mystery. Erased is really good.
I have heard such good things about it, but I can't find an English dub anywhere.
It's really good. It's about a guy who, like, if there's an event that he can fix that's tragic for somebody, like somebody's gonna die or get hurt or murdered or something like that, he travels back in time, and usually he travels back in time like, I don't know, 30 seconds to 5 minutes, and then one morning he wakes up, and he's a 30-year-old guy. One morning he wakes up and he's seven years old.
Okay. Have you seen Chrono Crusade? I have not. That's one of my all-time
Crusade's
favorites.
pretty good.
Such a good ending if you have like your hopes and dreams crushed. Speaking of having your hopes and dreams crushed, I just passed by Angel Beats.
Yeah.
Oh, just hurt me more. We talked about this one last night, so we went really hardcore into FGC talk last night. When the Nintendo pals came in, because we were talking Smash and it branched off into other stuff. High Score Girl. Have you got
That's a good one.
That's a really good one.
That's a really good one.
That's that one is and that one's a good. I also started Nozaki-kun. I thought that was pretty funny. So yeah, I don't know.
Parasite's really good too.
Never got to that one. Never.
So good.
I don't know. Shit, maybe we should start an anime podcast.
Yeah, right.
I mean, isn't that what we're... Oh, I guess it's more of a discussion on My Hero.
Yeah, I mean, we could branch it out, but like, I mean, that means like one episode would have to be dedicated to an anime. Like, you know, so like that's versus like, yeah, we were playing. I don't know, if we were to Plastic Memories, or I've never seen Plastic Memories.
That's a good one.
What was the what was the I'm trying to remember the big anime fairly recently. God damn it, it's on the tip of my tongue. Whatever. I actually thought the Persona animes weren't bad. Like, they weren't as good as playing the games, but they were all right.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, like that they were solid. Anyway, I think we're just about wrapping up here. So we need to go through a couple of things. One, our Discord's in the About section. Go there, check it out. we have a very active Discord that talks about anime. First episode of an anime podcast day. Everyone brings their top 5 favorite anime and debate on why the other choices are wrong. I will.
Oh.
Jesse, this might be something for me and you to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This might be
Right,
a good
write that
idea. Yeah, write that idea down. I actually have a collab idea I need to discuss you in the post podcast meeting. Not with just you, but with some other sister podcasts and streams. Yeah, we have a Discord. It's very active. Please join. In fact, hold on. Let's see if this still works. We have second off, we have a YouTube, a Facebook, a Twitter, a Gram. All those, just look up super and then a space Gamecraft. Follow us on all those places. We post so that way you can get not only our content here, but our content from our YouTube and silly stuff we make throughout the week. And then finally, we have a survey that we put out to get a general idea of what content you guys want. Because we have stuff we want to do, like the MMO stuff, the anime stuff, the fighting game stuff. But we're kind of trying to get it narrowed down so we can get an optimal... We want a mid-max for our community, basically. And for future community, So please help us min-max so we can pick the right talents so we don't go into the raid looking stupid. Yeah. Finally, we are all playing Lost Ark currently. We are playing a ton of that. So please, if you want to play with us in Lost Ark, we have a guild where we invite everyone that we can. That's part of our community. Our server is in Visca, and we'll pin that name to our Discord later today. So Lost Ark, Yu-Gi-Oh, and anime. What more could you want? We do Yu-Gi-Oh sometimes. I've fallen off just because I'm in such a deep MMO hole. But when I want something a little more laid back, I do Yu-Gi-Oh. So yeah. You guys got anything else to say before we wrap?
No, I think you covered it.
All right, yeah. So get on. Please follow us on YouTube and the Discord and all those places so we can continue to grow. We can get our shirtless stream. I know you want to see me and Jesse shirtless really badly.
Yes.
That is the dream of dreams. So yeah, we love you guys and we'll see you next week. All right, 10:30 a.m. Sunday. We haven't set our streams for the week yet for this actual schedule. Bye. Love ya. See you then.